Are the Pittsburgh Steelers about to trade away QB3 Mason Rudolph to a different franchise somewhere else in the NFL? Hello, Steeler Nation, and welcome to the latest episode of your Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate with me, Britsburgh, Owen, here in the UK, in the rainy, very wet UK. Guys, remember, if you have not yet subscribed to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, hit that subscribe or ring that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any of the great content from the Syndicate, daily videos, live streams, podcasts, and so much more. Don't miss out. Subscribe for free. So, guys, news coming out of Pittsburgh this week. There are a number of trade rumors around quarterback Mason Rudolph. A number of sites are reporting the same stories. It's not just one site or one source. It was tweeted out by Andrew Filipponi of 93.7 The Fan. A former NFL GM told me he thinks Mason Rudolph could be traded to the Lions by the end of the week. So could we be about to see this in Detroit? The number 2 in the blue of the Detroit Lions? Or is this all rumor and nonsense? Is this all fake news, as Donald Trump would call it? Well, who knows? But apparently this came out of training camp today. For Steelers fans wondering if Saturday's game would alter the QB depth chart, Kenny Pickett sure seems to be the number 2 now, based on the first practice since the preseason opener. Mason Rudolph is working with the third team OL, as I type. That from Brian Batko of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, a source I definitely trust, someone who is very reliable and is often on SNR and also the Locked On Steelers podcast, someone who has definitely got the inside track on what is going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Certainly, all 3 quarterbacks made a good impression during Saturday's preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks in the Steelers' 32-25 victory with a last-second touchdown pass from Kenny Pickett to Tyler Vaughns. All 3 quarterbacks came out with very good quarterback ratings. Kenny Pickett's rating was 132.6, Mitch Trubisky's was 128.6, and Mason Rudolph had the lowest of 100.1 rating. Certainly, Kenny Pickett impressed a great deal during the game and has had rave reviews from a number of NFL analysts and also from a number of fans within Steeler Nation and Steelers insiders. His cool, calm way that he drove the team down the field at the end in the game-winning drive and threw that game-winning touchdown to Tyler Vaughns when he was under pressure certainly impressed many in Steeler Nation and many in the NFL analyst business. Mitch Trubisky also looked very comfortable in starting the game as QB1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers with some good passes, including a fantastic touchdown pass from Trubisky to Gunnar Olszewski, in which Trubisky rolled out to his left in a way we hadn't seen for a few years and threw the ball to a wide open Gunnar Olszewski in the end zone. However, these rumors are persisting. They've persisted for a number of days now in Steelers media and have been featured on a number of Steelers websites, such as Steelers Depot, such as Steelers Nation. Also, has been rumored on 93.7 The Fan and talked about on a number of other sources that Rudolph could well be traded away. Now that seemingly Kenny Pickett has given great faith to the team coaches in the fact that he could well be a backup or even a starting quarterback this coming season, it seems the need to maintain and retain Mason Rudolph on the roster is diminishing day by day. And certainly at practice, Kenny seems to be gaining in confidence day by day and impressing coaches, players, and fans alike with his performances. Mitch Trubisky seems fairly locked in at this moment in time to be the QB1. There is, however, an opportunity, I think, for Mason Rudolph to go and compete to be at least a QB2 in Detroit, if not to compete with Jared Goff for the starting job. Jared Goff is someone who certainly has never really impressed me as a starting quarterback. Not that I'm saying for a minute that I think Mason is by far better than him. I think they're very much of a muchness. But it gives Mason a new start and a fresh start. It's probably clear that the organization didn't have the faith in him to be the QB1, or else why would they have signed Mitchell Trubisky in the first few hours of free agency? I think it was in the first half an hour of free agency, and drafted Kenny Pickett in the first round of this year's draft. Now, many fans, many doom-mongers out there say, well, what if Trubisky goes down injured in game 1? Well, then we've got Pickett, who seems to be impressing very much so. And then you get them saying, well, what if Pickett goes down? Guys, yes, there is an opportunity, obviously, in a physical NFL, you could lose 2 starting quarterbacks. But I think if that did ever come to pass, the Steelers would act and possibly go out and sign someone to come in and play, or even maybe ask Ben to come back. I don't know. But I think we've been a bit of a doomsayer, looking on the sort of cup is half empty kind of thing. If the reason we're not going to trade Mason Rudolph is the fact we're worried about two quarterbacks getting injured simultaneously in the same year within the next few games, well, within a few games of each other. If this move can come off, it would certainly give the Pittsburgh Steelers some more draft capital. This is what they need going into next year's draft if they're going to continue to build for the future. This Steelers team looks very promising for me. Yes, there are question marks over certain key positions, like inside linebacker, like the depth at outside linebacker, for example. But the Steelers could be well within a position by adding more draft capital to their draft picks for next draft to really go on and build for the future and build this franchise into one that is going to compete for a 7th, 8th, and even 9th Lombardi for a long time to come. Omar Khan spoke when he was appointed of his desire to continue to build through the draft in the way the Steelers now do. So this would definitely be a way to gain draft capital. Quite what Detroit would offer for Mason Rudolph is still yet unknown and has certainly not been rumored. However, given the fact that Mason has performed well in training camp and has also performed well in the first preseason game, obviously, in my opinion, not as well as Kenny and Mitch, who I think outperformed him in the game, but he certainly performed and raised his trade value. This could well lead to the Steelers getting a 4th or maybe a 5th round pick for Rudolph and adding to that draft capital for the 2023 draft, which would be exceptionally useful. Guys, I'm not ruling this out as fake news yet until I hear from the organization about exactly what is going on. We are only still at Tuesday this week, and we still have a lot of week to go before this rumor could be quashed or this rumor could become true. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think of a possible trade for Mason Rudolph to Detroit. Is this a good thing for the Steelers to gain more draft capital and to move Mason Rudolph out and give him an opportunity to go elsewhere and have a genuine chance of gaining the starter's job? Something I certainly think he has not got at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed the content. If you have, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. And let's finish this, as I always finish everything that I do on all my channels, whether it's here on Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate or on Britsburgh Owen. Here we go, Steelers. Come on!